The baker's beautiful mistake. When I was a young boy, my walk to school was haunted by the most intoxicating, yet painful aroma. It came from a small, cozy bakery at the corner of my neighborhood. Every morning, as the ovens were cracked open, the scent of fresh bread and sweet, velvety cream would drift through the air, teasing my senses. But for me, that sweetness was a luxury I couldn't afford. With holes in my socks and pockets that held nothing but air, I learned to keep my head down, walking faster to escape the temptation that I knew wasn't meant for me. Then came a morning that changed everything. As I was hurrying past, trying to ignore the growl in my stomach, a gruff but warm voice called out, "Hey, kid. Hold on a second." I looked up to see the baker standing there, his apron dusted with flour like a badge of honor. He held out a pastry that looked like a disaster. It was crushed, lopsided, with swirls of fresh cream oozing out of the sides. He tossed it toward me with a casual shrug. "Here, take this. I completely messed up the batch this morning. It's too ugly to sell, and I'd only end up throwing it in the trash. Do me a favor and eat it, will you?" I caught the warm, heavy pastry in my hands, stunned. The moment I took a bite, the cool, rich cream melted on my tongue. It was, without a doubt, the most incredible thing I had ever tasted. The baker just rubbed the back of his neck, looking a bit embarrassed, and shouted, "Don't think twice about it, it's garbage anyway," before disappearing back into the shop. But a strange thing started happening. The next day, and every day after that, the baker was waiting with another failure. One day, the cream puffs were too puffy. The next, the bread was too flat. Every single morning, I received a warm, fresh pastry, filled to the brim with cream. He called them mistakes, but they tasted like heaven. Before long, we became the unlikeliest of friends. I would sit on a small wooden stool in the corner of the shop, chattering away about my life, how I finally aced my math test, or how I'd gotten into a scuffle on the playground. He would just listen, letting out a soft chuckle now and then, as he kneaded the dough. That bakery became more than a shop. It was my sanctuary, the one place where I felt truly seen and cared for. However, as the years passed and the awkwardness of my teenage years set in, I began to feel a strange sense of shame. I became acutely aware of my poverty, and the ugly bread started to feel like a reminder of what I lacked. I began to avoid that street, choosing longer routes to school just to bypass the baker's kindness. Eventually, I left for college in a different city, and the memory of the baker faded into the background of my busy new life. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye. Not long ago, I found myself back in my hometown. As I drove past the old corner, my heart sank. The bakery